Hello guys, welcome to a new video here in Dev Education. On this video I will show you how to structure your React application in a better way. So normally when we create a new React application using Create React App, like if you want to create a new application, basically you do Create React App and then the name of your application. Basically I already did that. So basically here in my structure project, I will show you like how is the basic organization of this create React application projects. So basically it's creators a source folder and a public one. But then if we want to escalate this, it's gonna be a little bit harder in this structure. So I have a better approach that can help you to improve this organization. So basically the first step is to create a new folder called components inside your source folder. And then we are going to move our app component inside components like that, the CSS and the test. And then for now, if we try to run the application, it's going to break because on the index is not going to find the app component. So basically you need to update it here, like /components/app. And now if you run your application with npm start, it should work fine. So okay, so here we have another error. So basically it's saying that can't find the logo, basically because we also moved the logo. So we have two options here. The first thing is just to move the logo to the components folder and then will work. But there is a better way that I prefer to do it. So basically I prefer to create a new folder called shared. And this folder is going to create shared components, add images that are going to be shared with other components. So basically here on shared, I will create a new folder for the images inside, and then I will move my logo there. So now in my app, basically what I'm going to do is going back one directory, then accessing to shared images logo. So this should fix this problem, and now our application is up and running. So now if you want to create a new component, basically you need to create a new folder here. Let's create our hello component. As you notice, I created with a capital letter first, and this is because a better way to create components is to have the correct name on the folder of the component, like what is going to be called in the class, and then the file is going to be saved as an index. So let's create that one. So basically we need to import React, and then I will save this file into shared hello, and then I will save it as index.gsx. Remember that the GSX extension is for those files that will contain GSX. So basically here we do class hello extends component, and then at the end we export default for class hello. So in here we are going to have just a render, and then we can have some props. And basically here we are going to say hello name. Okay, and now once we finish our hello component, basically on the app we can import it here. Another thing that I like to do is to separate a little bit our imports into dependencies for all the npm packages, and then all the shared, and then another section for components. So in this way it's really clear the way we are importing our files, and we can find things quicker. So in here I'm going to import hello from components/hello. So if you say I just importing components/hello, but I don't need to specify the index. I mean, I don't need to do this index. So when you have an index, you only need to call the folder name, and that should work. That's why it's a better approach to do this. And basically here, I'm going to remove all of this, and I'm going to render my hello. I will pass a probe called name, and I'm passing Carlos. So let's see. Oh, I don't need any more the logo for now. I can remove it. Okay, components, hello. Let me see if it's name correct. Yeah, components. Hello, access component, render. Yep, everything is fine. I just want to see. Oh, gotcha. Basically, I made a mistake because I'm trying to call from components, but the app is inside components. So I just need to do /hello like this. And basically it's going to work. Hello, Carlos. So now in our hello component, as you see, I'm importing the name prop, right? But I need to validate this prop to see what type of prop is being passed to my component. So for this, you need to install a package called prop types with npm install or npm i prop types. And in here, basically you do import, and then my name is a string, and you do from prop types. So in here you do static prop types equals, and then the name of your prop type, and then the type. Now, if you need that this prop is going to be passed, like it's mandatory to be passed, you can use is required to force to send this prop. If that means, like, if I remove this prop from here, I'm going to get a warning saying that, hey, you say oh, let me run the project again, sorry. Start. Okay, so as you see here, it says that the prop type name is marked as required, but the value is undefined. So that's a good thing of the prop types that help us to validate the values we're going to send over our props. Okay, so another thing that I can mention of this new structure is that, for example, on shared, you can create another folder or directory called components as well. And as I mentioned at the beginning, this is going to work for all those shared components. What are shared components? So basically are components that can be used like in different in different components, right? So what kind of components we can say are shared for the application? So basically all the layouts. So for example, inside here, I can create another folder called layout, and then inside I can create my own components. For example, let's create a new one that is going to be called header, another that is going to be called content, and finally one for the footer. So in this one we can create a stateless component just to make this easier. For example, in shared, I can go to layout, and then on header I'm going to create this as an index. Sorry, this is gonna be header equals, well, this is going to render something directly. Then we export the file for header. So in here, basically you can say like, this is gonna be my header. And then, I mean, I'm not going to do all the CSS thing, but you will get the idea here. Like, this is the header. And then basically you can copy and paste this or save this. The same for the other components, for the footer. And then you just change the name here. This is the footer. And for the content, this is going to be changed a little bit. So basically for the content, we want to pass a prop called children, which basically means, like, for example, when you call a component like this, just with one tag, right? And then you pass here the props, prop 1, etc., prop 2. But then what happens if, for example, we have like something like this component, and then here some value, and then we close it like this. So how we get this value inside the tags of the component? So this value is retrieving using children prop. That is a prop that is part of React. So basically here we can receive our props, and then here, instead of putting like h1 directly, we're going to say here props.children, or we can use the structuring directly on our parameter here and do this children, something like this, right? So children is a type of element. So we need to do import element from prop types. And then, as you can see in a class component, when you want to specify the prop types, you do a static and then prop types. But how do you do that on a stateless component? Well, basically you take the function you created, content, and then you assign prop types here, and it's exactly the same. You do children, and I'm expecting an element, right? Okay, now let's see if that works. So if we go to our app, then here we can import our header that will come from shared components layout, and then header. Same for content. and same for footer. So in here, I'm going to remove this part, and we can use our component like this. And then our hello component is going to be injected as a children of content. And finally, we're going to render our footer here. So if we run that, we will see this is the header. Then inside, hello Carlos, which is this hello component, and the footer. And if we see the HTML that is being generated, we are going to see that the first div is the header, then the content, and inside of content, then we have our hello component, and then the footer. So as you can see, in this way we can like organize our application better, and will help us to grow more and make it a little bit easier to maintain this application. Okay guys, so for this video is gonna be all. I hope you enjoy it. If you like the video, please thumbs up the video, share the video with your friends, and don't forget to visit our blog or add yourself to our Slack community. I will add the links below in the description. So it's everything for now. Thank you for your time. See you next time.